There's only a couple more stuff to find, but there are still some things that can come into play. For example, I'm wearing a Daft Punk shirt. I'm playing a Daft Punk or put Daft Punk coaster right here by the confessional. So if you ever see someone in confessional find it, that might mean that they're close to finding the only other hidden idol in the game.
Are y'all ready to find out what challenge number 1 of the merge is going to be? We not only will have 1, we won't only have 2, we will have 3 immunity winners this round.
Oh, but there's only 2 members of Daft Punk.
I know, I'm sorry. So, this next challenge is called Pick Your Poison.
There are 3 different challenges. We will give a brief description of each of the 3 challenges. You will pick one of the challenges. Each of the 3 immunities are assigned to only one of the challenges.
Are y'all ready to hear the 3? Luck, mental, physical.
Raise your hand if you picked physical.
All right.
So for physical, we have Amy, Santi, Chris, and Steve. For luck, we have Drew, Trinica, Emily, Justin, Derek. And for mental, we have Kevin and Micah.
For the physical part of the challenge, we will be having a wiffle home run derby.
Mental, blackjack. Now for the luck-based challenge. In this little dice bag will be 5 dice. One of the 5 dice will stand out from the other 4. Whoever pulls that dice out of this bag wins immunity. From this point on until the end of this challenge, y'all will be sequestered from the other people. The person that draws this red dice will win immunity for this challenge.
It's very tense. Drew is drawing the first dice. Anything could happen. And while this is not pod racing, it's equally as exciting. Someone has immunity literally in their grasp, doesn't know it yet.
3, 2, 1, reveal. Congratulations, Trinica. You have won immunity. We will now transition to the next challenge.
Maybe Derek and Trinica, that they were kind of playing both sides, or they definitely were playing both sides because Kevin felt burned. So.
Kevin leading 2 of our mental players playing blackjack. So they're just going to keep playing until one person runs out of money.
We just finished the home run derby. We had Santi, Steve, Chris, and Amy competing. Santi had a valiant first effort with 22 points on the 10 pitches. You could get a max of 3 per pitch, so it was an almost perfect game. Chris went up, got 6 total points. Steve, trying to match Chris, only could get 3 points on his 10 pitches. And then Amy, it was all down to her versus Santi, and Amy got 6 points, which gave Santi immunity.
I think Amy's going to be seen as a really big threat, so we could either target an Amy or we could pull in an Amy. Only thing is, so Santi's kind of alone right now, so we could easily get Santi, I think, but Santi probably won't want to work with Amy.
From my understanding, he was like close with Amy, but then he was left on the outs of like this last vote. So he could be hesitant to work with Amy. But if we did want to go for Amy, then maybe he would be inclined to go with that vote.
Vash and Kevin would probably, I think, work together. It seems like they seemed close. Kevin did vote for Vash, but it sounds like, I don't know, Vash really seems pro-Kevin. I don't know where Kevin's head is at, actually.
Like originally, like I was like down to like vote for Kevin. I've spoken with him like briefly, and I think that that's kind of like water under the bridge, and like I would definitely be down to like work with Kevin too, because he does seem smart. But he could be hesitant.
I'm curious, Derek, what you got from Drew. He told me that he felt like closest to Amy.
He's quiet. That's the thing. I think we need to focus on people who are absolutely not going to really want to work with us. That's our big, like, people who are already locked in with other people. And I think Amy's probably a big.
Who do you think Amy's locked in with right now, other than Drew? Kevin as well.
I don't know that, but like.
Probably also Steve as well.
Yes.
It would be putting yourself in a difficult spot to, at this point, try to work with
brand new people.
brand new
Yeah.
people you've never interacted with ever. Maybe we could get Steve on our side, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to like talk to
I
him.
wouldn't mind trying to do that.
I would like to as well.
Especially if Steve and Vash were on the Decade.
Yes.
They were Decade
They're
together for a
probably gonna be
while.
working together.
So they like can relate to each other and they might have a stronger relationship with each other than with
And if
any of
we're
the other
trying to pull in
players.
Vash, we should try to pull in Steve then too.
Yeah, but he's won before, so like he knows. Yes, I think he's playing a subdued game to try to divert attention to other players that might be a little bit bigger. But once it gets to that end, he will have a strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so helpful to hear from someone who like actually worked with him for a while, because I always felt good about him. Like I felt like he was telling me the right things and like what I wanted to hear, but it was hard to.
Feeling. Like I didn't get the positive, like, the sensation of trust. Like
Yeah.
the words were there.
Yes.
He would say the exact words, but like I needed just a little bit more emotion. But he doesn't really emote a whole lot.
Well, he does, but he just smiles or laughs, and it's like I don't know why. I just can't read him.
I wish he'd be a little less polite so that I could like get through that surface level interaction.
Yeah, he does like he doesn't give much in conversations other than just agreeing with you.
It's enough.
Yeah. Do we think Drew is very well connected?
No, I think Drew could be an easy vote, but
Or he could be an easy person to bring
pull
to
in.
our
Okay,
side
yeah.
to vote with us.
100%.
Yeah.
But he will not vote for Amy.
Yeah. Valid.
Drew could be an easy like first merge vote that I think could get consensus easily with people. That's
Yes.
also probably
'Cause
not going to be
especially
a
with
number
this
on our
first
side.
one-
That's true.
That's
With
like
this first one, we may not want to like make waves too much,
Yeah.
and we especially don't want to be seen as the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santi scored 22.
We had one person that was very lucky in the 1 in 5 chance of drawing the right dice.
Big skill.
Trinica.
You did say it. You said you have a bad track record with rocks, so now it's a good track record.
Now,
Yeah.
for blackjack. We unfortunately ended the game on a dealer blackjack. So one player ran out of chips and one person still had chips left. Micah is the winner. You will have 30 minutes to communicate with each other.
Now the options open up for me. So, y'all, I'm gonna apologize to y'all right now, but I'm about to start lying a lot. Hopefully I can keep up with all those lies, but we'll see.
Chan was very certain that the last vote was like dictated by Amy. Kevin had a different perception.
I mean, it was me, Amy, Vivi, and Kevin.
The last vote didn't go how I thought it was going to go
Yeah.
at all. I was blindsided on that.
Yeah, that's
so
why I
it was a
wasn't
little-
certain like how you would feel about that. But it sounds like Justin might have stirred things over potentially.
Definitely. He says that it's all water under the bridge, and I do believe him when he said that.
Okay.
He could just be lying to my face, but it doesn't make sense for him at this point because he's pushing this like if we stay together, then we'll have the numbers going forward. So that it wouldn't make sense for them to just like betray me and vote me out next.
I think Justin was a pretty straight shooter too.
So you were the extra vote? Okay.
So I grabbed that, activated it. It was so stressful.
I was like, because we thought it was Justin because we thought Justin got something during the food challenge.
Oh.
Because he like went there and back super quick. And then there was the confusion about points.
Right.
So we were so sure that somebody on our tribe
Yeah,
got
you
a
know
program.
what? We talked about that also
Yeah.
briefly and then never again.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
actually
So
don't know.
that could have been one of the ones because somebody gave Vash one.
Right.
I want to know who that was.
Yeah.
Because like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay.
I wish I did.
That's fine.
But I don't feel like that's a super cohesive group.
Like maybe people
Personally.
don't know. You're not as battle tested, so you don't know as much where you stand with each other. Yeah.
Justin, like, I didn't trust what he was telling me. Sure. I played an extra vote. And I think he's like, and then I'm obviously being blindsided. Derek and Justin had like said each other's names during that round as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously M voted for Justin. So I don't think that group, I don't think that's long for this
Yeah.
world, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought that Shay and M were like locked in, but she said that they weren't even that close.
Yeah.
But that was the perception, so it became
She's also
reality.
gonna say that though.
That's also true. I am too trusting. So
M won the most recent Survivor game against a lot of these people.
what? Yeah.
Oh, the most recent Survivor game that ESM played, M beat almost everyone here.
Amy was like kind of hardcore, not like pushing your name, but just saying things like family's so smart and has been so many of these people.
Okay.
And like, so, you know.
So many people. LOL. I won one time.
An extra vote was played. Justin knows who played it, but is cagey about who played it.
Okay.
Probably not Derek, considering he is probably he is the one who gave me a second preference. Yes. You might have figured that out. Yes. Did you ever get any information from like the lunchbox thing?
Oh, okay. It's a copy of the program.
Okay.
So I want to keep working with them.
But it's like, can you
Yeah,
trust them?
yeah.
Totally. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about this original
Before?
group is like,
Yeah.
I want to keep working with them, but I don't know if I can trust them fully because well, Justin didn't lie to me, to be fair. Trinica and Derek, they both lied to me during that vote. They were like very emphatically like, I'm voting with you on this, I'm voting with you on this. And then like, I was sitting there, mouth open, like, okay, all right, yes, you were
That's
voting
how
with
it
me
was for
after
me
all.
too. Like I
Yeah.
literally talked to Amy before the vote, and then
Like
as
right before we sat down, I'm like, we're all still good, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're good. I'm like, okay, all right, that's great.
I wasn't even bothered that like Chan got voted out. I wasn't listening about that. I'm like, why did you leave me out? Like we've literally been working since day one.
Maybe did they think you were close with Chan? Or
Yeah, they
you
thought
didn't
Chan and
go
I were
for
really
it?
close. And I'm like, no, like we're in a tribe of
That's
5.
exactly what happened with me and Shay. Like people thought we were like 1 and 2 with
Yeah.
each other, and I wasn't doing anything suspicious, but they weren't trusting that Shay was voting the way that he said he was
Yeah.
going to vote. So they thought in turn that they couldn't trust me.
Do you want to establish something with us since we're kind of both in the same position?
Yeah,
Work something
absolutely.
out. I would love to work with you. I'm still not over the Chan vote. So I'm on my revenge tour. But right now I'm playing like I want to stick Brett strong, and then I'm gonna keep playing that for a couple of rounds. I'm starting to build something with Justin, Trinica, and Derek, and I think that's where my 4 is at for in game.
Yes. And like we don't need to necessarily vote the same way.
Yeah, but I think like the best thing is just like keeping each other informed of what's happening also, and then like nobody's gonna know.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know. Who I guess would be kind of off the table for you?
I mean, no one's like off the table. Probably say Kevin.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same actually, so that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
That's
For me,
nice.
I would say like Justin.
Justin?
For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Amy and Drew?
It sounded like Amy was sort of pretty strongly playing both sides.
I was thinking about doing a 5 together and pulling in someone for a vote here. And I'm not necessarily like married to that either. Like I don't know them very well, and I'm worried that they might pull in Santi or something like that too. I don't know who to do for this vote though. Maybe Kevin. I know he just voted with us, but I know he doesn't have like super strong connections, or maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might be easy to push for though. I'm not necessarily married to that idea either though.
Yeah, I mean-
I personally wouldn't mind going for one of those people inside there. Derek, potentially.
I will not say that you said it. It's been a name.
True.
It's Brad versus. Yes, yeah. Like most recent tribes. Like,
How to get Brett down.
I agree.
Let me get Trinica. If
Yeah.
you want to grab Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only name I've heard. I heard that from Santi and from Vash. I know we just kind of included him in the 5, which kind of sucked, but Justin did, so. But if Santi and Vash are on our side, then we're gaining 2 and losing 1, and I'm okay with that.
Have you heard a name yet?
From them, yeah.
Okay. What is that?
Their names are
Steve. Really sending him right back out. That is.
That's who Trinica told me. Or no, that's who Justin told me.
Who? Like the people who did the luck challenge. I was in the luck challenge, and your name's never brought up.
The thing that concerns me in this moment is that I just talked to Vash. Clearly, someone that was on your side gave Vash a program to get back in. Like, we just know that, you know. And I don't know who that was. And obviously, like, he's not going to tell me. I will say it feels more like a thing that an experienced player would do. Sacrifice a little bit of what could be an advantage for them to make an ally. If I had to guess right now, I would have guessed you did that.
Valid.
Vash is your number 1, and it feels like the other 3 have either not considered that or are in on it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it feels like if the 4 of you are kind of together, either one of you has like a side deal with Vash that's like kind of secret, or Vash is the 5th. And I just
Okay.
talked to Vash, and the name that Justin told me, Vash seemed like surprised by. So that makes me feel like I'm not being told the same name.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
I was told that the Luck crew kind of had a thing going.
The only other name that I've heard is Steve, and I'm definitely not voting.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you being honest with me.
Well, I have immunity, so
That's true. I guess you have nothing to lose there.
I have nothing to lose, and like, it wouldn't be great for me, but
Yeah.
it will hurt some of my relationships. But
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
there are certain areas I don't want to go to. I don't want to go through people who seem to be more on the fringes. You
Yeah.
at least were in a group that was like together.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that I would want that group to continue to go down one by one, but
that's fair. You're gonna try to play the sides there, and that's cool. I respect it.
And like once I find a group that I feel really good, strong, probably I'll stick with them.
I've heard your name floated around a little bit too. So yeah. If you don't want to say, I won't say right now, but okay.
People are lying to me because I've been on the same tribe with you for a while.
Yeah, and I mean, some people I think want a M.
He kind of like made a joke of like that, like if Steven got like it would make his game easier.
Yeah.
So like I don't think that they're like playing like that. So again, I could be getting played there, but the thing is, them together, I don't see that as a threat.
I don't either right now.
I don't
think
think
it's a
right
good
now.
floating block to have, but I think long term, like 7-6,
yeah,
that's a dangerous.
I agree.
Bossy Chris says if we can get the numbers for it, Emmy, go there. And I think that's our smartest play.
That's what I want.
And I think we can get the numbers. I think that's what we do right now is try to get those numbers.
Okay. So who do we here? Vash doesn't want to vote him.
Yeah, I know. I think she gave him the program.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think Vash is M's number one.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't know if the other ones are in on it or just don't know.
Okay.
But the rest of us, we can move against that group of four. They are so much tighter than they're pretending to be.
The group of four, the former, the ones,
The ones that just voted out Jay. I think they are not the best communicators, but I think they're working really well together. So
I was hoping that M being left out on that vote would.
no, they all said that was miscommunication. That wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. And M has straight up said like, yeah, that was just like, yeah, miscommunication, that she doesn't feel like she's on the outs with them. They're a block that has been together for a long time and hasn't had to make moves against each other, but the rest of us have. Like, I kind of screwed you over. I've kind of screwed, like we all have reasons to want to get each other off. They don't. They have no reason to not stick together.
Is that just someone that you think like could be like an easy target? Have you heard the name?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think I did hear the name said, but on that vote where it was either Chris or it was me or Derek, she had maybe preferred voting me out.
Yeah.
Somebody had said, oh yeah, well, she had a good relationship with Derek. I mean, obviously, now that is soured, I think, but my point is...
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's out, because like the thing...
Oh, you don't think so?
The thing that like threw me off is like whenever it came to like the vote with like Shay. Initially, I didn't want to tip off M, so I did tell her like possibly Derek.
Yeah.
Because I thought like, okay, like she's close with Shay, maybe I'll just like throw out Derek's name.
Yeah.
She immediately was like, I don't want to vote for Derek. She was very quick to defend Derek.
Yeah. Something to think about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. When we sat down and discussed like who we have like close connections into, obviously like Drew was like pulling people one-on-one, and I was very honest and said the two people that I'm not connected to are at the time Steve and Drew. That was not me trying to like throw suspicion on Drew. That was just me being honest of like we haven't really get to play together.
Em also told me that the five of you in that lab challenge, being like, hey, we could all vote together, that didn't happen.
Okay.
So like it's weird to me to have like a tight group of four that I haven't played with before that are all now telling me different things.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't know if it's like miscommunication on y'all's part, that you're not getting your story straight, or that you're not actually as cohesive.
We very well might not be. I mean, again, I mean, the thing to remember too is that like Em did say that she would be down to like go for Shay if we had the numbers, and then she voted for me. So, I mean, I can trust what she tells me, but then what she tells everybody else is like I have no idea.
And the fact that Trinica had no idea that Em just won a game against most of these people.
Wait, sorry, what?
Em just won the most recent Survivor game against most of the people here.
Okay,
She's a
yeah.
really skilled player, and like Trinica had no idea, so like that's why.
I heard M. Okay. Are you gonna screw me over again?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. I have no reason to.
Okay.
I have no reason to. The only reason I didn't tell you is that you and Chan were so close.
It was you. Like
What?
you were my
No,
person.
I know, and I.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
Welcome to the first collective council as a merge of collective. I don't know if that has even a name. I don't know.
Are you supposed to start and end it with asking us if we want to play a program?
At any point, you can play it. You could just tell me to shut up, and I would like to play a program.
We don't tell people to shut up. Yeah.
Having immunity is great. Like, look, my biggest fear coming back was that I would come back to the merge and people would go, "Hey, Vash, first voted out, first juror too, bye." And while I would have found that very funny, it was and I don't think people would have actually done that. Like, it felt very fun and validating to just have immunity, right? And like, it allowed me to be a bit more laid back, and I am enjoying that before things get probably incredibly stressful. So I'm just savoring this moment.
I feel like the experience of feeling laid back has been like the last like 6 rounds for me at least. Like, so being able to listen into conversations on so many collective councils before this point, but it's so easy to just drop in and listen when you can't vote and you can't be voted for. There's no consequence. Right now, my words can sting. So if I say a name, that name could go to that person and have a consequence for me in the game. So just adjusting to that mode, which you haven't had to do yet, lucky you, has been a challenge. I hope I've been okay, but yeah, it's taken a moment to slide back into the game.
It felt like every tribal council, this like communication up until this point, almost everybody in the game, like it was all so quick and such a whirlwind. It was sort of like anyone but me. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people were just like, as soon as a name was thrown out, it was just like kind of okay. This was really interesting to like talk to people and not know how close people are and stuff, and how it was interesting to see like this perception that like some people in this game would be much harder to vote out than other people. And that's fascinating to me. And like seeing if people want to go like the easy way short term and get kind of screwed over long term, or if they're still anybody but me and want to get as deep as possible. And like that was just like really fascinating to like watch. So
If you have a program and you would like to play it before you go to votes, this is your last chance to do so. No more communication.
It's good to be back, baby. So names I heard: me, Drew, M. Gosh, I'm losing track. Either way, I don't care if it's any of those except me.
My vote should not be a surprise to anyone unless we were to get really close really quick. Eventually, one of us was probably going to vote for the other.
Today I'm going to be voting for Drew. That's kind of what my alliance kind of like. We had bits and pieces of time to like talk about who we wanted the vote to be. You know, 2 of the names are Amy and Drew. I think that with Drew being the vote, it's like an easy consensus for this first merge round. And then I think that leaves Amy in the game still as a bigger threat that people will hopefully be looking at. I feel pretty good about this. This is what I wanted, and I believe this is what we'll be going through.
I am going to vote for M. That's who I've been telling people I was going to vote for. That's who I guess I want out. I don't know. I think Drew is the vote, and I've heard that he is going to be writing my name down. And I don't know. That's a disappointment, but and I've been told by a bunch of people that I'm not going, that it's going to be him. We'll see.
This is an easy vote to place. I hope everyone else's votes are easy. I know my name's out there. I'm crossing my fingers.
Well, this is so much harder when I don't know exactly where everyone is voting. I have a good feeling it's not me. I'm worried it's Drew, and I don't want it to be Drew. I am voting M because she lied to me the entire time we talked.
So this round was very chaotic. I thought I could work with Drew, but he seems to be doing a lot. I'm really worried that he's going to play a program, or Amy's going to play a program for him, because everyone knows that Drew's name is out there. But I did consider playing my virus that could eliminate programs, but I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. And if M goes home, I'll figure it out.
Unless I'm getting blindsided, I think I'm fairly safe, which is a pretty good feeling after getting votes in both councils that I've been in. I'm kind of trying to stick with the numbers on this. It seems like most people are going for Drew. Um, he, I didn't really have like a strong connection to him, so I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I did kind of want to work with like Drew and Amy. I feel like getting rid of Drew is going to hurt that potentially, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of repair work with Amy. But in this case, going with Drew, sticking with the numbers, at least keeps my head above water, and it doesn't make me like a huge target.
I looking around on the couch right now, I think I might be in the minority in this, but I just need one person to write Drew's name down. And then we can start taking control of this game.
I really want to make sure I'm working with people who I haven't met before, both because of my own sort of personal goals of this game, but also because I think that that would be a fun way to play the game and a fun thing to talk about if I make it to the end of the game. I really want to make sure I work with as many people on at least one vote as possible in the merge, and that's what I'm planning to do. So,
all right, this sucks, but I am messy apparently when it comes to merge, and I can't help myself. So I'm gonna try to play something that might be a program, it might not be. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun. Vote for Derek, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Derek brought up my name first, but I think also me and Amy being seen as like a tight pair, I'm just kind of getting the butt end of that. Also because I'm messy and I can't help myself. So
If you have a program that you would like to play now, this would be your moment to do so.
I don't know if this is actually gonna work, but I want to try playing Bucky the Squishmallow.
Bucky the Squishmallow. It's just an honorary host. We will now read the votes. The first vote, Drew. Second vote, Emily. 1 vote Drew, 1 vote Emily. Third vote, Derek. 1 vote Drew, 1 vote Emily, 1 vote Derek. Emily. 1 vote Drew, 2 votes Emily, 1 vote Derek. Drew. 2 votes Drew, 2 votes Emily, 1 vote Derek. Drew. 3 votes Drew, 2 votes Emily, 1 vote Derek. Drew. 4 votes Drew, 2 votes Emily, 1 vote Derek. Drew. 5 votes Drew, 2 Emily, 1 Derek. With 6 votes Drew, you have been voted out of the game and are the first member of the jury. You may hold on to the jury mascot.
Thank you all for playing. Like I know, like I had no hard feelings with anything, and I'm really excited to be able to see this game play out and hopefully vote for the best person. So good luck. I think there were two parts as to why I was the one to go home. I think people saw me and Amy as a really tight two, which was true. I was very messy with who I said I was going to be voting for. I shouldn't have leaked any names there. I should have waited for names to come. I also messed up with Santi too. We should have told Santi about the vote, and maybe we shouldn't have even voted out Chan there. Maybe we should have just voted for Kevin. I think Chan may have been loyal going forward there, and Chan was a big target too. She would have been someone that people were scared of. Definitely rooting for Amy. We'll see how well she does, and obviously I'm gonna root for Chris too. Hopefully Chris can do well.
That was a crazy vote. Round 1 done. No one's found it yet.